go ahead and do a roll call, please?
Huckabee.
Here.
Hammond.
Here.
Scott.
Here. Okay, we're gonna skip we're just gonna pause the meeting right
Yeah,
now. until
okay.
Corey
Don't
gets
need to
done.
run over it
He
Well,
just texted me that he's trying to finish a meeting,
He's in a meeting,
so
yeah. Okay, Joseph, you got any comments?
that might be him.
There he is.
That's him right
Sorry.
there.
Oh, there you are,
Yeah,
okay.
I was trying to finish the DHS meeting.
Oh,
so-
okay.
first. 1 minute late, we done docked your pay.
We denied the city attorney's meeting.
Okay, we already called the meeting to order and did a roll call, and
Okay.
that's where we were at when you walked in the door. So, I did ask Joseph a question just a second ago. Would you go ahead and,
It does look like it's about $1,000 less than what it was at the previous budget meeting.
okay.
I don't know what changes happened there.
I was asking you about the library.
What we did was we got more accurate numbers on the insurance. The
Okay.
original insurance, we calculated it based on $800 an employee per month. But then whenever Sarah confirmed the number, the actual insurance amount was like $760 or something like that. So what we was able to do is we changed all the departments by reducing that monthly insurance amount. So for your department, three people, about $40 a month per person, $120 times 12 is about that number. That way we could take more, we basically was able to save more money by not devoting as much to insurance is what happened. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, because we originally calculated at $800 and then we just reduced it whenever she got the actual insurance quote.
Anything else?
Like I said, that was the only difference I saw. And like I said, even before he said that, it's like, well, I don't know where that came from, so I don't know if it's probably anything that is
Right.
important or not.
Yeah.
So I was about to say, we'll have to wait till Corey comes in and
Yeah.
take it, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
so every department, we was able to recalculate, because we ended up having to, we gave more money to the fire department after they got the original budget. They had some issues with material and supplies, so we increased that. Also, we needed to get $12,000 to potentially replace one air conditioner here, so that's been included in there as well. So we had to find about $19,000 after we looked at it. Everything else, I think, is basically the same as what we talked about, other than us adjusting that insurance amount. And so every department went down by, I wish I didn't bring my laptop, which had the actual number on it. But yeah, that should have been the only change we made to his department.
Okay.
And that's every department, so it was just the insurance side.
Okay. Did you guys have any questions?
Because all you're seeing is the summary and not the
Yes,
actual line item.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't have any.
Are you gonna go over some of this stuff?
I
The
can.
changes that, you don't have to go over every change, because I don't wanna sit here now.
Well, I mean, this is for the public hearing.
Oh, okay.
So it's mainly for anybody in the public. We published everything, we did the summaries. So, yeah, there's really not much to do. That's basically the only change we made was to the insurances. Increased material and supplies for the fire department, added $12,000 for
Mhm.
one new air conditioner, and I think that's it. So.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and, first item is proposed fiscal year 2027 budget with a summary of revenues and expenditures by the departments. Now,
And there's no motions on this
That's
one.
what
It
I was
was
gonna
just
ask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a public.
public hearing,
Yeah, it
and
was for-
I'm just,
This is
Okay.
for the public to come in and complain about,
whatever.
if they had any.
and then on it, that's the budget summary that Dirk is
Yeah.
flipping through.
Yeah.
I'll go grab one of those.
I've got
And
mine
that's
here.
essentially the outline of everything we're trying to
Right.
accomplish on the budget.
I've gone through this
So
week.
is just probably change.
And this was stuff, I guess we could go over that because this was relatively new. So obviously, we thought the wage increases are still included in there.
And I like when you did this thing, yeah.
City
That's
commission,
whatever
we're
you-
paying for 2 elections, it's going to $6,000. Electric department, get a new digger truck, which is, again, $125,000. Next month, after we get a full quorum, we'll have to start applying for a REAP grant, and the REAP grant is going to be up to $120,000. That allows us to about $245,000 to buy a new digger truck. Those REAP grants are awarded by September. Well, we have to apply by September. We'll figure out what we get basically by October. The whole concept is that we'll buy the new one, surplus the old digger truck, use the surplus from that to help offset the cost, plus the grant. Then take that money and give it to the police department. Also, we set up $25,000 to buy new utility bowls. That's gonna be one truckload. Then money from the digger truck, we then give it to the police department, which will then take and buy $75,000, up to $75,000 on the PD. We're also gonna surplus like that old vehicle to help offset that cost. We have to pay a $5,000 taser invoice from about 2020, also $1,000 for installing the dash cam. Then on the public utility side, that's another repair. We have to fix the brakes on the front end loader. They went out after we had the conversation. That's gonna cost $6,000. I talked to Steve about this. I think what we need to do is after we repair it, we surplus it, sell it, take the money from that, then the money left over from the digger truck / police truck, plus the money in the fleet management account, which is I think there's about 80 grand in there from my looking at it, and just buy a new front end loader. So basically, we'll buy a new digger truck, a new PD car, and a new front end loader all this next year, but we just have to do it in a certain cascading effect to make it all work. And the reason why I think we need to do that instead is because we're sinking more and more money in that front end loader, and that's going to, I just think we're in a situation where we'll be better off doing that.
Several departments use that front end.
Yes.
loader, so.
Yeah, that's why I put under just public utility in general. $30,000 has been budgeted to make road repairs. This is some stuff that, as far as the water department goes, we need to apply for a drinking water state revolving fund loan or an EPA grant to inventory and replace all lead lines in the city of Bingham. That's something we can do now, based on research that Dirk and I completed. It looks like we can basically do that for no money this year, and then that sets us up to do potential money to do that. We can do what's called a community development block grant, a CDBG grant. Sometimes you can't get a REAP and CDBG on the same year, but if so, we can definitely apply for that to help improve water infrastructure. Parks and Cemetery, we got the new trailer, and then also converting the non-operational fountain into a garden area. Museum, $11,000 to replace the roof and windows of that small fire truck building. Any leftover revenue would then be transferred to the library. The library, obviously, we have $6,000 to purchase new books and new accessories for the game room. We've also did $1,000 to help replace windows, and then any money that was left over from the museum can also go to the library to try to do all of that. I think Joseph has already quoted that all out. It's gonna be quite expensive, but I think we can focus on the most problematic windows. I think he looked at vinyl or wood. I think vinyl would work just fine. I think it was about half the cost of the wood, if I remember. So we'll at least fix the most.
I know there's a historical thing that people will say something
Mhm.
about, but the reality is the vinyl is gonna last a lot longer than the wood.
And it seems in most cases, wooden windows in a similar style, they have to be custom made,
Okay.
which drastically increases the cost of them.
Oh, I could.
The people who've come out have told me that it's actually challenging to get wooden windows at all. Some of some windows, the building have aluminum storm windows over them, and when I say everything, you hardly get aluminum windows anymore.
Really?
Everything's vinyl.
Wow.
And so that's kind of what we plan on doing there. Code enforcement, we did budget about $30,000 to help do nuisance abatements, sanitation, $6,000 for a new roll-off, city's contract with Waste Connection will expire in, I believe it was November of this year is what the confirmation Steve was able to get. So I would suggest that we start contacting them probably to do presentation in September, if not August, so we can pick on who we want to replace Waste Connection, do a year contract, and then explore providing our own trash service, which was brought up during our budget retreat. But we needed to, I know Waste Connection's kinda, they kind of, if the contract is up at this point, there's no carryover. So we really, if we want to move on from Waste Connection, I'm not saying we are, we just need to make sure we have somebody in place.
In place and ready.
Because you don't want there to be a lapse in waste services. But that would at least, even if we do a one-year contract, which Veterans does one-year contracts, DNG does one-year contracts, that gives us 1 year to kind of look at the viability in taking over on trash service, if that's something we want to take over. But I would definitely suggest that we, in September, if not in August, that way you can hear the presentations in August to make a decision in September, to make sure we have plenty of time to get a new service in place. I would suggest we get quotes and stuff and maybe even hear from the companies. But that's something I think we're gonna save a lot of money if we move on from Waste Connection, in my opinion. Swimming pool, $5,000 to make improvements, fixing bathrooms, installing shade awnings, or provide just general maintenance. $12,000 to replace the AC unit. It's gonna be $12,000 a year for 7 years to replace all of them. This is one a year. Right now, we have money left over from the new, the roof insurance funds, so we could probably do that now, but I think we're gonna hold off on that. Because right now, I think it's working again, but
Yeah.
David Payne's been basically Band-Aiding it, so it's probably something that we need to look to replace. The golf course, that was purchased through Land and Water Conservation Fund grant, so we have to make sure the golf course stays LWCF compliant. So that means we have to install certain signage saying that it was purchased with LWCF funds. That signage has to be visible from the roads and right throughout the course. And we also need to work with the Oklahoma Department of Tourism to kind of convert that property to another public use activity. So basically, we have to come with a proposal, and then they have to approve our proposal, and then we can convert. But there's a whole conversion process that we have to follow through, and it has to be approved. One thing it has to be is public use, because if we want to convert it to a private use, or sell it, we have to actually go on to another site that's of equal size and purchase it to replace it. So that's why, yeah.
You have to
you have
purchase something to get rid of it.
Yep, to get that
Wow.
because of how that
Never heard of
LWCF
that.
grant works. So the idea is we gotta keep it as instead of selling it, to keep it as a public use area, but instead of running it as a golf course, try to find another use. I mean, my suggestion is keep the driving range open and putting disc golf, turn the cart tracks into walking trails and
Mhm.
do something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, just kinda, that's what I thought we could do. We got money in the power plant capital improvement fund still. I would suggest that we use that to make repairs to that building as far as replacing some of the broken windows and kinda giving it a little bit of facelift. Maybe repainting the signage on it and stuff like that, because there is a lot of broken windows there. I'm also gonna ask for more revenue. I think we're gonna have to do that. I mean, obviously, we need to do a rate review through OMPA, but that takes time, so I am gonna, I proposed a meter fee at the previous meeting where it covered at least 10% of the general government budget. That would raise approximately $160,000 of additional revenue per year, and we kinda need to use that extra money to fund capital improvement projects, which is 2 through 5, which in 28 is, water tower, air conditioner for City Hall, dash cams for the police department, cost of living raise. I thought that was so important, I guess I put that on there twice. I put for purchase front end loader at 27, if we couldn't do it here, we do it next year. Then, use a REAP grant, if we was able to do it, then purchase another piece of equipment. I think water, for example, needs a new truck. apply for additional grants for forgivable loans to complete FY '27. Completed, if not completed in FY '27, to continue replacing aging water line. And then hopefully get an OMPA rate study so we can look to actually raising rates next year. So we do meter fee this year, rate increase next year, so we're not hitting everybody with rate increases all at once. And we may not have to at that point, but something, you know, just to put on the radar and talk about. Then in FY '29, again, try to continue cost of living raises, replace an air conditioner, continue to either make water sewer infrastructure repairs if not completed. If completed, begin applying for road infrastructure repair grants. I did keep some of the future funding sources off here for two reasons. Number one is when we get ready to apply for some of these, I don't want to tell other towns. I know this is being broadcast, but you know, I don't want our plan to be adopted by someone else's, so we're competing with areas when we're going after some of these grants. But there are road grants out there. There's a lot of infrastructure grants out there that once we get to a position of everything below the road taken care of, we can start applying to fix roads. And then by 31, still replacing air conditioners and continue applying for road infrastructure grants. Water tower obviously is in FY '28. So that's kind of what it all, so overall, we need to raise revenue to repaint the downtown water tower, modernize our water distribution sewer system, resurface major roads over the next 5 years. And then the roads that we talked about at the budget retreat are the ones that I designated as major roads, which is Colorado, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma, Byers-Taft, Madison, Hayes, Polk, Jefferson, Lincoln, Grant, and Church Street from Lincoln to the football stadium. And then that's our budget summary for each department. So that's kind of the 5-year plan. We can make changes or adjustments to that based on the public's feedback. So if anybody here has anything to say?
Come right up to the podium.
Was this publicized
Yes,
in the paper?
yes, our budget summary.
All this is.
Mm-hmm. So the summary, the message was not. The summary in the back was in the newspaper. But this is available to anybody. We had it in the packets for today that they could have come up and got, but it's also in the packets online as well, so.
Was that page, was it publicized?
Yeah.
No, just the summary, the numbers.
Oh, the
Just the
numbers.
numbers.
Just the
This
numbers.
was not put in there.
We didn't
Yeah.
put that in there yet because I didn't want to put that in. I mean, y'all had basically approved the summary, but we had to make those minor changes that I highlighted, but I didn't want to put a outline saying this is what we're going to do until y'all say, yes, let's do that, you know? And I don't mind putting it in there because that's, I mean, obviously we've got copies printed off for people today.
And they're on the website.
And they're on the website, and it's also gonna be filed with the office, but, you know, I say this all the time during budget time, this is where y'all get to pick the direction you want the city to go with, and so that was kind of what we talked about at our budget retreat, and I took y'all's feedback and ideas, and we incorporated it into that outline, but if y'all like, no, let's not do that, let's do this other major project first, you know, that's where we can make that change.
I
Now,
just don't feel like I'm knowledgeable enough to know what goes first and second and third. I don't know what needs to.
Well, and the
Well-
main thing is, we can't fix the streets till we fix under the streets.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing, cause we can't get all new roads, but
And
then we
then-
have to tear them up to fix our.
Water lines
Yeah, our
and
water
whatever else,
lines. So
yeah.
that's why the whole setup was to get something to fix the water lines, and then years down.
So, roads next to the water line instead of on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would've been nice.
Well, and I mean, I don't know that anybody has the exact, what's supposed to be done, but listen to the public, and the public, it's the roads, it's the main thing, but there we have to make an executive decision that it's more profitable to fix the lines under the roads first and then.
Yeah,
so-
'cause if you fix a road with a bad water line, you're just gonna tear that road
That's why I
up.
wanna make sure
Yeah,
that the
Yeah.
public,
Yeah.
they see this.
Yeah,
and they see a plan. You know.
And y'all get to pick that plan, and so whenever you do hire that city manager, you can say, here's our plan, and that way they got their marching orders.
And, I mean, it's me personally, on my opinion, you know, whoever we hire, but I feel like they need to be willing to, we've worked hard on this, and to be willing to
Yeah.
follow
Yeah.
this plan, not exact, I mean, they can tweak it, but let's not, well, I'm new, so I wanna go this totally opposite direction, cause I know you guys have worked really hard on it, and have listened to the public, and it's what the public wants, so.
And I think ultimately we tried to do was create, I mean, one thing that I always get frustrated by, and you say being blasted with campaign ads all the time, it's, everybody can say big things, right? You know, the future, but we need actionable steps. And so we tried to do was we tried to make sure that when we created this plan, that we, like, here is our actionable steps that we can take this year to get us to that next step. So we all got the big project, but as far as the roads go, it's like, okay, so we have all these little steps that we can take now that can lead to those big steps. And, you know, based on my research, there will be infrastructure grants down there when we're ready for it. And I originally listed a bunch of infrastructure grants, but I don't want, you know, I think it benefits us to, you know, keep some of the knowledge, you know, proprietary knowledge, you know, in our back pocket, so whenever we get ready to do that, there's less competition for those grants, because, you know, those are gonna be highly competitive grants.
Mhm.
But these are actionable steps, and, on a month-to-month basis, you know, so, and then it kind of gives Brittany a direction on like the trash company. She knows, okay, I need to put, by August or by September, we need quotes from other trash companies, so that when we come to meetings, we got it all planned out on what y'all need to do versus what the public needs to do, or the employees need to do, I should say.
Anything else?
Unless the public has anything
Okay.
they wanna add.
Would you guys please tell us what you think?
One at a time.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Call for a vote, please.
Huckabee,
Yes.
Hammond.
Yes.
Meeting is adjourned.